This is Thursday morning. You're meeting Apostle Professor A.M. Masakona. What a week we have. Ministering to the poor. Very few of us who did not start from poverty background. Especially we black Africans. We come from poverty-stricken families. And we cannot have problems in ministering to the poor. Because we self were poor too. It's very important to minister to the poor. Amen.
Amen.
What are we talking about this morning? The poor deserve to be helped. The poor deserve to be supported. Because they did not choose poverty. They deserve to be supported. Amen.
Amen.
Because they are not permanent citizens of poverty. They deserve to be supported. Look at Proverbs 14:20.
The poor man is hated even by his own neighbor, but the rich has many friends.
Look at the unfortunate part of being poor. The poor man is hated even by the neighbor, while the rich man has many friends. The friends of the rich are not actually the friend of that rich person. They are the friends of his riches. When the riches goes out of him, they will also leave him. A poor man has got few friends. When we minister to poor people, we should know they don't have many friends. Not many people come to them. Not many people associate with them. So let's go to them showing love and showing respect and showing honor. When we read Proverbs 14:21, just the next verse, listen what it says.
He who despises his neighbor sins, but he who has mercy on the poor, happy is he.
He who has mercy on the poor.
Amen. Amen.
If you have mercy on the poor, you will have fulfillment in your heart. You must be merciful to the poor. Don't kick them around. Don't call them by ugly names. They are people too. Be merciful to the poor. You will also need the same. To be treated with mercy by those who are richer than you.
Amen.
It is important to treat your neighbor mercifully.
Amen.
Don't throw all the pills of banana to the side of the poor. No, don't do that.
Amen.
Recognize the poor as a fully human being.
Amen.
Interact. Fellowship. When the poor has got a tragedy, Be close to the poor.
Amen.
Offer help where it is necessary. Minister to the poor.
Amen.
When the poor is in trouble and needs water, and you have a borehole, why don't you connect a pipe from your house to a neighbor who is poor, so that at that time of tragedy there will be water enough water.
Ndingani basadi pipe bayijenisa bava mdini wabo bayisanga hapo mdini wa muhura ulingache chipinga cha musi oshakiwa basadova na kakati ya madhi ave olinganawo.
You are ministering to the poor. Amen.
Amen.
Don't only give the leftovers of food.
Why
don't you buy a grocery for the poor? The poor deserve to be supported.
Amen.
When we see Proverbs 14:31, listen.
Amen.
He who oppresses the poor reproaches his maker, but he who honors him has mercy on the needy.
He who oppresses the poor insults his own master. As we said, both the rich and the poor have one thing in common. God made them all. If you insult the poor, if you oppress the poor, you have insulted God. I don't think anybody would like that. To insult God. But when you oppress the poor, you are insulting God. May God give you the grace that against all odds you will not oppress the poor. Against all odds you will not find it guilty with the poor even when the poor is innocent. Just because the person is poor. May God give you the grace.
Amen.
In Proverbs 21 verse 13, listen what it says. Verse 31. 21 verse 13, sorry.
Amen.
Proverbs 21 verse 13.
Whoever shuts his ears to the cry of the poor will also cry himself and not be heard.
New King James Version?
Yeah.
Yeah, NLT.
Those who shut their ears to the cries of the poor will be ignored in their own time of need.
If you shut your ear to the cries of the poor, remember, you are planting a seed. You will also be ignored in terms of your need. When you plant in the life of a poor person, the same will happen to you.
Amen.
The poor people are God's opportunity to you. If you plant in their lives, God will give it back to you.
Amen.
In times of cries, you shall not be ignored because you did not ignore the poor.
Amen.
Oh, blessed be the name of God.
Amen.
Because you did not ignore the poor. How dare you crush my people, grinding the faces of their people in dust, demands the Lord of the heavenly armies. Don't crush the poor.
Amen.
The materially poor are not necessarily the spiritually poor people. And similarly, the materially rich people are usually not the spiritually rich people. Support the poor.
tikedzani vathu vashayaho.
In your family circle,
Mutani wa hanu
there are the poor.
vahone vathu vashayaho.
Who is supporting them?
Ndinyi ene ako vathusa.
Are you part of the support,
Vone vako vathusa.
or are you part of the person who ignores them?
Kana vone vachipiga chavo vathu vane vajela thungona.
In your days of cry,
Nga chipinga cha musi vone vakolira.
you will also be ignored.
Na vone vo vadosasedziwa.
May God give you the grace this morning.
Mudzimu nga vachinga vakachiridzinga.
May you receive the challenge this morning
Kavandanganedze khaedungano machero.
to support the poor.
Chauri vatuwa vayoshumela vathu vene
The poor
vakoshaya.
deserve to be supported.
Vathu vane vakoshaya vateya uri vatikiwe vathusiwe.
And God richly bless you.
Mudzimu avashudhupadze.
Amen.
Amen.